discussion in your commentators cabin. For we are voting to watch Magnus Carlsen against Judit Polgar. Judit Polgar, best female player for all times and all chess history against Magnus Carlsen. Chess god man and chess god woman, yes. So best against the best. It was voting also. Second game very interesting. Shakhriyar Mamedyarov against Hikaru Nakamura. But our director Tatiana suggested we should submit, we should transmit this game. Zemish system and King's Indian. King's Indian Zemish system. Magnus before received very bad position against Alexander Grishuk. Theoretical move here. Okay, Judit c5, I remember some move here. But maybe Judit prepare with idea to fix it black side, black queen side. Another move Magnus of course didn't remember, but by feeling should play some a4. a4, some untheoretical move. Maybe we'll meet by a5, knight a6. a5 of course Judit played. Yes, very fast knight g. I don't believe it's right opening choice for Magnus Carlsen. Knight a6, knight d7, knight e5 immediately, knight a6, yes, bishop e2. Magnus playing without, okay, without like any ambitions here, just to develop pieces. Yes, he doesn't remember exactly what to play, so, but Judit also spending time. Queen c7, queen c7 not like me, I don't like queen c7 move. Queen is in King's Indian, queen should place it on e7, not on h7. Not on c7, sorry, h5. Disturbing knight on g2. What Magnus Carlsen, queen d2. Let Judit to play h4. She will play, of course, knight h5, knight h5. Now what Magnus will answer. Knight f2, maybe knight f4, rook fd1. So queen c7, I don't like only one black piece, queen on c7. So what about f5 now? Maybe it's too early due to center still not close. But what else? Judit style, knight f4 I expecting, or or f5. f5 Judit Polgar 150, f5 Judit Polgar. So what now Magnus Carlsen, knight d3, knight d3, f4 h3, little bit dangerous position. Maybe he will take on c6 and play. Okay, rook d1 will meet by f4. So not easy. Maybe bishop g5, very smooth for Magnus Carlsen. I immediately attack knight d3. Knight d3, Magnus choice. Judit will play h3 or f4, and after bishop f2 g3, h3. So what else? Too much spending time for this decision. h3 need to play, otherwise knight g3, knight g3. Sacrificing knight, yes, but need queen on e7. Maybe Magnus will not take this knight, this Troya knight, yes, on g3 should not be touched. Rook fd1, this knight I don't believe, knight on g3 will not support black's attack. c5 now, c5. Now Magnus took, bishop take on g3, maybe queen g5. Looks what is difference with queen e7 and queen on c7. Now g3 is handing pawn, but Polgar's idea to activate bishop on h6, Magnus not allow. Queen f6, queen f6, queen take g3, bishop h6. What else? Bishop h6, very strong black's bishop now. Magnus have some problem. King f1, evacuate king, evacuate queen on e1. No, first rook will go on h1, knight b4. Magnus will take, believe me. Or first play rook h1, knight c2. He doesn't afraid of knight cheat. Maybe some tacticals. Bishop handing. Sorry, bishop handing. No need to be afraid. Bishop f4, knight f4, knight b5. Holding all positions. Carlsen queen h4 now. Yes, it's time to change queen. d6 is weak now. Magnus Carlsen is sure he is much more better. Bishop g5, rook h2. Yes, rook h1 still threat. Knight d6 threat. What to play? Now rook h8. No, cannot. Bishop e7, rook h1. Hopeless position for Judit Polgar. Bishop e3, bishop e3. Bishop, but knight will losing knight on a1 after king c3. Rook a6, rook h1. Rook h1, Judit Polgar. Judit Polgar knight will lose now. Rook take a1. Magnus Carlsen 120 against 45 seconds Judit Polgar. Boss move is good now. A take b5 or c take b5. Knight will soon come on c4 with winning position. b3. Knight coming on b2. Magnus maybe, I don't know. b6, b6, fantastic idea. Now will very weak 2 pawns on a5 and this is rook h2, rook g1. Now knight b2, you cannot stop. Judit, okay, Magnus sacrifice. Bishop b5, arrested rook and Judit should resign now, yes. We are proceed to another game. Magnus Carlsen 11 points and half. Hikaru Nakamura, again very sharp position. Hikaru Nakamura 15 seconds for Mamedyarov and 15 again for Hikaru Nakamura. Rook on a5, knight d4. Knight d4, how many pieces? Exchange down, but completely domination. Queen d6, queen f5, rook a8, knight c6 or knight e5, queen d5, take. Take on f5, take on h6, check on f6 or check on h8, yes. Take on b2, much better for Mamedyarov. Mamedyarov now going to win. Bishop c1, rook d5. Knight problem suddenly became problem knight. Bishop a3, maybe Nakamura will take and trying to catch knight on a3 somehow. Yes, rook c3, knight b1, rook c4. Still cannot join two knights. Now idea knight c3, he will give rook, knight c2, knight f4, rook b3 maybe. 7 seconds, 6 seconds for Shahryar Mamedyarov. Rook on d4, knight on a3. Yes, not easy to make move. Rook, also h5 most probably Nakamura will play. Rook d2, now lost knight, Shahryar Mamedyarov. Should take on, and knight c4, yes, pawn, this rook endgame is draw position, but okay, Hikaru Nakamura maybe will make draw here, yes, it's draw position. Rook a3, yes, 30 seconds, yes, very fast, rook d7, Hauser. Speedy players, unbelievable technique, Blitz technical players for boss. King f4, yes, he from 5 seconds increase time, his time for 30 seconds. Now they increase time and now start to play chess maybe, and chess endgame, yes, problem only this endgame is draw now. Hikaru Nakamura maybe missed some h5, but still no need. He will play rook h3, rook h2, yes. Not allow his opponent play g5. Shahryar Mamedyarov now trying. What about rook h1, rook f1, rook f2, maybe rook h1, rook g5. Rook will take on g5 Hikaru Nakamura and bring his rook on. Not even he is not taking. Yes, after take king f6. What else? Rook a7. Need to improve position, but how? Rook maybe f5, rook e3. Rook e7, f5, Shahryar, rook b7, rook g3, but it's theoretically draw, yes, with f pawn, enough, rook b6 check, king a6, so rook is on long side, so should be draw after rook b6, theoretical draw. But need rook a7 first, maybe. This best idea. They give check on a6 and bring king on g5. Yes, rook b6, rook a, yes. Now rook g6 after f7, rook f7, rook b6. Shahryar Mamedyarov draw now. He cannot improve position. 5 seconds, 6 seconds, yes, but he cannot improve anything. Draw. Rook take f6, rook d5, rook take f5. Draw. Shahryar Mamedyarov, Hikaru Nakamura. Draw. Magnus Carlsen won. Вот Ян Непомнящий. It seems lost against Van Hao. Another game, Lik Van Gliem against Sergey Yudin. New name, Russian player with 2559 rating Blitz. Yes, he is trying to beat World Blitz champion. Yeah, by rook. Yes, positioned winning. Most probably winning position for Sergey Yudin. He needs to make... Yes, he needs to cut. Bishop f3, king d4. But rook e3. Not easy. It's reminds some Pinter Kasparov game, but not same position. But rook a6 now, king e7. Need to cut maybe Liem. Need to give rook f6, not go on g7, maybe. Right idea. Looks should be winning, but who knows? Didn't see draw. Agree. Sergey Yudin agree for draw, 9.5 points. And Lek Van Gliem, 9.5.